How to lower body fat. All right, you may want to grab a pen and a paper. I'm going to share with you a couple key things. It's coming up on the new year. If you're thinking about lowering your body fat, which 80% of the people have too much body fat in the world. So if you're one of those ones and you want to lower your body fat, consider taking out a pen and paper. I'm going to share with you a couple key things that can assist you with that. So number one, and then plus two before I go on, if you're looking for some serious help and interested in some coaching and asking me some questions and interested in consultation, please consider messaging me, and the information about that will be inside the description of this video. Now, number one thing is have a clear, specific goal. So if you're taking notes right now, consider having a clear, specific goal. So I'll do a little exercise with you right now. And if we were doing it in person, but just even go in that much deeper. But say for a moment, if you could wave a realistic magic wand and you could have your body, your health, and your energy, any kind of way you wanted it to be, what would that be like for you? Now think about it. And the clearer, the more specific you can be about it, the better. So if you could have it any kind of way you wanted, what is that? And then dial that in. Think about that. Write it out. And then say, for example, one thing you can consider doing if you want to take some immediate actions is you can write out your goal. I encourage you to write it out in the present tense. So if you're taking notes, you say something like, I am happy and grateful now. That's your lead in. I am happy and grateful now that I am, and then state your goal. And then you say that every day, a couple times a day, while you're taking action. Now, so you have your goal written out, and you're saying it every day, twice a day, in the present tense. I am happy and grateful now that I am, and then you state your goal. Then what consider doing is you want to follow what I call the 5 fundamentals of fitness. I'm going to share with you a couple, just break it down very simply for you, and this is what's awesome in my coaching if you want to dig deeper. A lot of it's on the videos on the channel. So proper training, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mindset. Those are the 5 things that I really focus on with my health and my clients' health and then yours, so I encourage you to focus on. So those 5 things: proper training, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mindset. So with proper training, say for example, say if you had a twin-engine airplane and you had 2 engines, and say you only had 1 engine working on the airplane, well, wouldn't it be as efficient as if you had both engines going on the airplane, right? So both of those engines are going to be something that's going to stimulate your muscles, and then something that's going to stimulate your cardiovascular system. So I encourage you to do something for either one. Just start somewhere, stimulate the muscles. You don't have to go to a gym to do that, but do something that's going to stimulate your muscles, and then something that's going to stimulate your cardiovascular system. Number 2 is nutrition. This is huge. Say for example, say that we want to build a 2-story house from scratch, and say your house, your body, your dream that you want for your physique, that relates to that house. Now, say for example, if we only had half the materials necessary in order to build the house, how far are we going to get? Right, so think about that. So if you only have half the materials necessary in order to build the house, how far will we get? Probably about halfway, right? So the foods that you and I eat on a daily basis are like the supplies that goes towards building building the house, building your bodies. That makes sense? So what I recommend as the best supplies, people discuss what's best supplies. What I feel like is best supplies is a whole food, plant-based, vegan lifestyle. And what that means is eating stuff like fruits and vegetables and whole grains like brown rice and quinoa and oatmeal and things like legumes, lentils, nuts, and seeds. And now there's so many tasty recipes. There's so many ways to do that, and that's going to really help you with your health. That's going to help you keep and clean your arteries up. You're going to be clean from the inside out if you eat like that. And then it's also, plus 2, happens that if you dig into it deep enough, you'll find that it's best for the environment and it's best for animals. There's lots of animals. Most people I know love animals of some sort, but you don't realize that what's going on to some of the animals. There's a lot of pain being ditched out to a lot of these animals. So something to consider if you want to dig into it to find out more about it. It's just one more reinforcement of not to eat something that's not good for you anyway. So if you want a free list, a complimentary list of me, just text me list, and my phone number will be inside the description of the video. I'll happily send you my complimentary food images that I recommend to myself and my clients. So number 1, training. Number 2, nutrition. Number 3, recovery. Sleep approximately 7.5 to 9 hours sleep a night. Number 4, supplementation. There's nutritional supplements and there's enhancement performance supplements. We can talk about that, but that's your category. Number 5 is the mindset. So that's the whole thing. That's kind of what day to day, that's what's going to keep you going. It's kind of like when you're reaching out towards your new goal, it's kind of like, you know how that riptide in the ocean, how we have that riptide that kind of pulls you back? Well, it's the same thing as you're stretching for your fitness goal. As you're reaching for your fitness goal, you're reaching out to it, you're getting pulled back by the current, by the riptide. So every day you have to keep pushing forward and reinforcing it mentally. That's why coaching is so effective. So if you've never been able to do it and you want to check out what coaching is all about, message me the word fit, please. Would love to talk to you. But it's that reinforcement. You can do it on your own if you do it every day. That's what I do every day. And I wake up in the morning and I say my goals on the present tense. And reinforcing that mental side, that reinforcement, that positive, that optimistic, and you lay it out exactly what you want. You know exactly what your goals are. You're not just saying things out of nothing. You have a goal that you've created, and every day you say it in the present tense. I am happy and grateful now that I am, and you state your goal, and that's, you're going to get there. And then you back it up with the proper training, the nutrition, the recovery, the supplementation. Is kind of like this circle. Does that make sense? Well, I hope that makes sense. If I could be of any service to you, I do try to post things in the community tabs. And I do some live things. I'm kind of mixing it up. So if you have any special requests for some particular information that you have questions about our topics, please submit it in the comments. Appreciate your time and your energy. And we'll see you on the next lesson. How do I lower body fat?